Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. This will get gold back up to $2,000, and it's not the election. Let's explore. That's right, this comes to us from Kitco News. We're on the wake of Election Day, the day after. Still no clear winner, but it is looking, according to at least some of the vote tallies that we're getting, that Biden may be the next president. But of course, there's also some potential lawsuits, recounts that are being considered here. But let's take a look at this article from Kitco News about that is from a Digix co-founder, is saying that it's not going to be the election that's going to get gold to go up, but something else. That's right. Before we do that, I would encourage you to press the thumbs up button with your mouse or your thumb or your forefinger. Either of those three devices will do the job. But if you don't have a touch display, you'll have to use your mouse. There you go. Gold is looking to return to its all-time August highs of above $2,000 an ounce, and this driver will get it there, according to Digix co-founder and COO Sean G. Once the election is over and the winner is determined, the next catalyst that will get gold back to $2,000 an ounce is a resurgence of the coronavirus, the beer flu, the Wuhan flu, the China virus, COVID-19, whatever you want to call it, right? Xi told Kitco News on Tuesday, this will be particularly devastating in an environment that still does not have a successful vaccine. You will see a lot of money managers coming back to the trading space on the backs of the election being over. The next big driver for the market will be coronavirus cases and a vaccine timeline. This could get gold back to $2,000 an ounce. The resurgence of the COVID-19 cases in the U.S. could be the main trigger for gold to hit the $2,000 level, especially coupled with all the unsuccessful trials of different drug companies who are trying to manufacture a vaccine. Well, apparently they are on target. We've had some a little bit of a drawback with some people getting sick, but only very few. And that happens on phase 3 trials or even phase 2 as well. No matter who wins the election, the second COVID-19 wave will push gold upwards, Xi pointed out. And we have seen an increased number of cases. Of course, there's more testing here in the U.S., but really it's around the world. We're seeing shutdowns in the United Kingdom and France right now. I believe Germany has also, if I'm not mistaken, scaled back as well. When it comes to short-term moves, markets are not taken aback by a delay in results, Xi noted. The environment of this particular election definitely creates a lot more debate when it comes to results. I won't be surprised to see a delay by more than 24 hours due to those calls in swing states. It was very interesting because as the tide started to turn last night, I actually live streamed up through about just after 9 p.m., and then things started to turn a little bit towards Donald Trump's way, and immediately the betting averages started turning and the renminbi fell pretty sharply. That was breaking news, and then when we saw it go back the other way, kind of where it is now, Biden has made some gains. They've called Wisconsin now, which makes Trump's path even more narrow. Michigan is looking good for Biden at this point, and who knows what's going to happen in Pennsylvania, and more likely Nevada will go to Biden as well. There is some disputes there among people for very different things. I've heard rumors about that there were more votes cast in Wisconsin than there were registered voters. However, that is based off 2018 numbers, but it is an unusually high turnout considering the actual numbers from 2020 that we're in the probably high 80s, low 90 percentile turnout rate, which is good if it's true, but it seems abnormally high in my view. But nonetheless, there are some questions here, and it's worth exploring And so it may be a while. Hopefully we'll have a better idea come Friday as where we are at in the counts and knowing who the president will be. But I'm thinking it's probably going to be Biden at this point, unless there's a great discrepancy in votes or legal challenges. So that will have some effect too, I believe. But this article is saying that it's COVID-19 rearing its ugly head again. That's going to have a chance. Gold's upside potential also lies in a rough transition of power. If the transition is smooth, investors will be quick to reinvest back into the U.S. again, as markets will start to price in stimulus sooner rather than later, especially if Biden wins, he said. So, what are the projections for 2021? Well, next year, markets will zero in on the U.S. debt, stimulus policies, and reopening of Asian economies, which will likely happen faster than in North America or Europe. Gold market will be trending upwards because of the fact that most of the world is still going through a very difficult period when it comes to handling of the virus, G said. And the key theme next year will be the distribution of the vaccine. If that doesn't happen, economies will not reopen as soon. The Digix co-founder does not foresee the same kind of volatility in gold next year, projecting for the precious metal to end 2021 close to the level where it began. He very well may be right. If the coronavirus gets behind this or gets under some semblance of control, regardless of what maybe you feel about the virus and taking or the vaccine, I know I'm not going to be taking it anytime, anywhere near soon. It just makes me nervous. I think it does for many of you out there. But, it's going to be, but for the most vulnerable, if I was in a very vulnerable category, I might consider it if I had some other health issue. But nonetheless, that's where that is. One major thing that remains not priced in the markets is the timeline for this vaccine. It's very unpredictable. When will these trials be successful and conclusive? And when will they be able to roll this thing out? It's going to be a massive impact on manufacturing, travel, and other areas. Well, Trump has mentioned that he's got logistics already worked out, and they're already manufacturing the vaccine, anticipating that it will be approved by a number of companies. And the military will distribute it in a military fashion. So hopefully it'll be very fast. It sounds like it'll be extremely fast distribution, at least to the most vulnerable among us first, which is where it should focus. So we'll see how that plays out. One major thing that remains not priced in by the markets is as we mentioned, timeline. Now that's just in the U.S. The other thing is that how it will be distributed among other nations around the world is another matter. Hopefully it will be somewhat efficient. We shall see as we explore different possibilities there. A successful vaccine will likely push gold lower as economies reopen, risk subsides, and industrial metals benefit. That could actually bode well for silver in that regard, because if demand for silver increases in the industrial factor, well, we could see demand increase there and the price of silver increase due to increased demand for those things, especially solar and the like. When the vaccine is finally available, you will see a lot of industrial commodities trading very well. For gold, this will mean an end to an uncertainty and will likely bring gold prices down. I don't think gold will collapse, but we might see $1,600 to $1,500 level again. We'll find out. We'll see. I kind of don't think it's going to go there because of reasons I've mentioned in prior videos. We have a lot of debt that is concerning in some ways that's going to drag on the dollar index, and deficit spending will increase, especially under a Biden presidency. All right. To some extent, gold has been increasing in price along with real estate and equities on the basis of tremendous pumping of U.S. dollars into the economy, for sure. Yes, and that is why, and I think that's why I don't think we're likely to see $1,500 or $1,600 gold as we move on through. But right now, the markets, the day after the election, are reacting and they are reacting downwards slightly. Gold's just a hair above $1,900 an ounce. Silver a hair under $24 an ounce, and platinum and palladium both down somewhat as well. So there you have it, the news of the day, and what will get that gold price back up to $2,000. So there you have it. So post your thoughts below. Let me know what you think. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch. And yes, I'm going to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.